Tonight, 3 News investigates Apple AirTags. These little trackers are making news for being used by stalkers. But what we found out raises questions whether Ohio's laws and law enforcement are ready to deal with this technology in the wrong hands. A sound or a jaw-dropping notification. A mystery AirTag is tracking your location.
I was so scared. I was so, I can't even describe. I was speechless.
Carmel Triplett suspected right away that her ex-boyfriend was behind it. She drove straight to the Akron Police Department.
It's under here somewhere.
Where she and 2 officers searched her car.
Found it. Got it? Yep.
Stuck under her bumper with a magnet.
It was up under here.
And wrapped in a plastic bag, the AirTag that had been tracking Triplett's moves for the last 24 hours.
And I had no idea that someone had that much power over my own life that I had no idea about. I was scared.
And on police body cam.
I'm just trying to figure out how this works. I have no idea. Do you know how these AirTags work?
Officers don't even know what to do with it. The Apple AirTag uses Bluetooth technology to help people find their lost stuff. It's not a GPS signal. Instead, it relies on the 1 billion iPhones in the world sharing location data to show you where it is. And that makes the small $29 device a cheap and powerful tool for criminals, too.
Model Brooks Nader was at a crowded bar in Manhattan when she says someone dropped an Apple AirTag into her coat pocket.
This is AirTag.
Since their debut last spring, reports nationwide of stalkers using AirTags. Triplett's police case is the first in Akron, where investigators haven't decided yet whether to charge the ex-boyfriend.
You can't track people without their knowledge. That's not legal.
And you might be thinking that too. However, the laws in Ohio may not protect you. What tools do you need to prosecute a case like this? Summit County prosecutor Sherry Bevan-Wall says in Ohio, tracking a person without consent could be a misdemeanor, menacing by stalking. But there's a caveat.
You typically need to show a pattern of behavior. So you usually need to show 2 or more instances of stalking behaviors.
So, hey, stalker, you get a one-off.
It's one of those laws that can be really difficult. I don't think the intent ever is that we want to allow someone to do something once, but not more than once.
Walsh says it's also not clear if slipping a tracker on someone is a crime by itself, which is why domestic violence advocates say Ohio's laws need to evolve with technology.
It's hard and it's hard to keep up with, but it would be really helpful to have some laws that target more specifically.
A 3 News analysis found 19 states with specific laws against electronic tracking. Of them, 8 making it illegal to put a tracker on a car without consent, while 11 go further, banning the use of these devices to secretly track someone. So how about suing in civil court? Well, the 8th District Court of Appeals ruled that putting a secret tracker on someone's car isn't even invasion of privacy. The court said that it's no different than me watching you drive down the road. In response to stalking reports, Apple now sends a notification if an unknown AirTag is moving with you for 8 to 24 hours, which is how Triplett found out.
Over 24 hours is such a long time for anybody not to know they're being tracked.
But how well does Apple's warning system perform? I let a coworker track me. Are surprising test results still ahead? Apple responded with a statement that says, in part, we take customer safety very seriously and are committed to AirTag's privacy and security. AirTag is designed with a set of proactive features to discourage unwanted tracking, a first in the industry. The company also announced upcoming changes to make AirTags safer. Tomorrow night, we put Apple's safety alerts to the test, show you how to search for an unwanted AirTag and what to do if you find one. But you can read about it right now on WKYC.com.
It is so scary, the power that the AirTag has to completely devastate someone's life.
Carmel Triplett was stunned to learn an Apple AirTag had been tracking her for the last 24 hours.
Found it. Got it? Yep.
And when Akron police officers found the AirTag wrapped in plastic stuck under her car bumper,
It was up under here.
they weren't sure what to do with it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how this works. I have no idea. Do you know how these AirTags work?
While Triplett suspected an ex-boyfriend was behind the secret tracking, we showed you how loopholes in Ohio laws could let this happen. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost.
But it's true that there's no law right on point. I've got my folks researching this right now to see whether, this is something that needs consideration by the General Assembly.
Apple sends alerts to your phone, and the AirTag will chime if an unknown device is moving with you for 8 to 24 hours. If you find one, you can scan the AirTag to learn more about it. Tap the white back to the top of your iPhone to pull up the serial number and steps to disable it. Simply push on the metal plate with 2 fingers, twist counterclockwise, and pop the battery out. Then let police know what you found. But what if you're like me and you have an Android phone? Well, Apple put out a free Android app called Tracker Detect. It will scan for any unwanted AirTags, but the thing is, you actually have to launch the app every time you think there might be one.
And the cybersecurity community went insane.
But now a troubling new trend. Cybersecurity experts at Hurricane Labs in Independence warning about silent AirTags now being sold online, modified to not make a sound.
They wanted to create an AirTag that wouldn't notify or wouldn't play a sound if it were on a pet's collar, because that could stress out the animal. The red flag was raised saying, hey, this is perfect for somebody who wants to use an AirTag for nefarious purposes.
I let a coworker track me to see how AirTag alerts work. An iPhone 13 in my house got a safety alert in just 3.5 hours. But an iPhone 8 that traveled everywhere the AirTag went didn't get an alert for 58 hours. I did happen to catch the AirTag chiming for about 15 seconds, but not very loudly.
It's scary to think that someone can do that to me and there's nothing I can do about it.
It's under here somewhere.
But until laws and law enforcement catch up with technology, your knowledge may be the most powerful tool. Lena Lai, 3 News. Tonight, Ohio lawmakers are taking action after a 3 News investigation.
Our team pointed out loopholes in state law that meant stalkers could secretly track you with devices like Apple AirTags, and it's perfectly legal.
So 3 News advocated for our viewers by lobbying for legislation to close the gaps in Ohio law. Tonight, that's led to 2 new bills in the House and in the Senate, and it began with one victim who decided to speak out.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my gosh.
Reaction from Carmel Triplett to 2 new Ohio bills that would make unwanted tracking with devices like Apple AirTags a crime.
The feeling of just sheer excitement, because there's nothing like feeling like, okay, I have a little bit more power back, in my life.
Last February, Triplett shared her story, stunned by an iPhone alert that told her an unknown AirTag was tracking her every move. But the person who did it was never charged. As prosecutor Sherry Bevan Walsh explained, Ohio's stalking laws were not enough.
You typically need to show a pattern of behavior. So you usually need to show 2 or more instances of stalking behaviors.
So, hey, stalker, you get a one-off.
It's one of those laws that can be really difficult.
And a 3 News analysis found 19 states with specific laws against unwanted electronic tracking, but Ohio isn't one of them. So 3 News decided to take action. We contacted local lawmakers in both chambers on both sides of the political aisle and shared our research.
This was an issue I was not aware about until you contacted us.
As a result, House Bill 672 was introduced last week, and now Senate Bill 339. Both would prohibit someone from putting a tracking device on you without your consent.
But if you're using it for bad intentions, the prosecutor will not have to prove that pattern of behavior anymore.
It also has exceptions for law enforcement and parents looking to monitor their kids.
Our bill does address those as well. Someone with an elderly parent that they really need to know.
Prosecutors say the laws would give them the tools they need to get justice for victims.
It would be a misdemeanor, lower grade misdemeanor, right? That still would help our victims feel a little safer knowing that our laws are protecting them in some way.
Justice comes too late for Triplet, but maybe not too late for others.
Thank you. Because I mean, you know what I mean? Like you don't expect the person who did a story on, what happened to you to actually like commit to that story and do the work to make sure, it's not just a story to them.
It's not just a story to us. The legislation may come up for a vote as early as November. We will keep you posted.